What do you do for a living?
I'm a software developer.
That sounds interesting. What projects do you work on?
Mostly mobile apps. It's quite challenging but fun.
How did you get into teaching?
I've always loved working with kids.
It must be rewarding to shape young minds.
Absolutely. It's the best part of my job.
Are you still working at the same place?
No, I recently started a new job at a marketing firm.
How do you find it?
It's a lot more creative and dynamic than my last job.
What's the biggest challenge in your job?
Meeting tight deadlines with quality work.
I can imagine. It must be stressful.
It can be, but it's also very satisfying to overcome.
I'm thinking of changing careers.
Really? What are you interested in?
Something in the environmental sector.
That's a great field to be passionate about.
How do you like working from home?
It has its perks, but I miss the office interaction.
Yeah, I get that. It's not for everyone.
True, but the flexibility is unbeatable.
Have you ever thought about starting your own business?
Many times, but it's a big risk.
What kind of business would you start?
Probably something tech-related. I have a few ideas.
What's the work culture like in your company?
It's very collaborative and open. We're encouraged to share ideas.
That sounds like a positive environment.
It is. It really fosters creativity.
Do you attend a lot of meetings?
Yes, sometimes it feels like too many.
Do you find them productive?
Not always, but they are necessary for coordination.
How do you balance work and personal life?
It's not easy, but I try to set clear boundaries.
That's important. Do you work on weekends?
Only if absolutely necessary. I value my downtime.
Do you enjoy working in sales?
It's exciting, but also quite demanding.
I imagine it requires good communication skills.
Definitely, and a lot of patience too.
What led you to become an engineer?
I've always been fascinated by how things work.
That sounds like a perfect fit for you.
Yes, solving problems gives me great satisfaction.
How do you handle stress in your job?
I try to take regular breaks and practice mindfulness.
That's a healthy approach.
It helps to keep things in perspective.
Have you considered freelance work?
Yes, I like the idea of being my own boss.
It offers a lot of freedom.
True, but it also requires self-discipline.
What's the culture like at your company?
It's very startup-like, with a focus on innovation.
That must keep things exciting.
Absolutely, there's always something new to work on.
Are there opportunities for growth in your field?
Yes, the tech industry is always evolving.
It sounds like a field with a lot of potential.
Definitely, and it's why I'm constantly learning.
What advice would you give to someone entering your profession?
Never stop asking questions and be eager to learn.
That's good advice for any job.
True, curiosity is the key to growth.
How do you stay updated with industry trends?
I read a lot of journals and attend webinars.
Continuous learning is essential then.
Absolutely, especially in a fast-paced field like mine.
Do you find it challenging to work in a team?
Sometimes, but collaboration often leads to better results.
It requires good communication, I assume.
Yes, and a willingness to understand different viewpoints.
What drew you to this position at our company?
I admire your innovation and commitment to sustainable practices.
How does your degree relate to this job?
My studies focused on sustainable design and environmental conservation.
Can you discuss a project you're particularly proud of?
Developed a mobile app for waste management in my final year.
What challenge did you encounter, and how did you overcome it?
Team disagreements arose, resolved through compromise and clear communication.
How do you prioritize tasks when under tight deadlines?
I assess urgency, set clear goals, and communicate with my team.
Have you ever missed a deadline?
Rarely, but I learn from each experience to improve.
What software skills do you possess that we'd find valuable?
Proficient in MS Office, Adobe Creative Suite, and basic coding.
How quickly can you learn new software?
Very quickly. I'm always keen to learn new technologies.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Leading projects that make a real difference in sustainability.
How do you plan to achieve this goal?
Gain experience here, then pursue further education in sustainability.
How would you describe your ability to work under pressure?
I remain focused, efficiently managing my time and resources.
Give an example of a high-pressure situation you've handled.
Completed my thesis under a tight deadline, maintaining high quality throughout.
How would you describe your management style?
I emphasize teamwork, clear communication, and continuous improvement.
How do you handle underperforming employees?
I provide constructive feedback and support for their development.
What's your experience with budget management?
I've successfully managed budgets for projects up to $500,000.
Can you increase a team's productivity?
Yes, by setting clear goals and motivating the team effectively.
Describe a difficult decision you've made as a manager.
I once had to restructure a team
How? How do you ensure projects are completed on time?
by closely monitoring progress and adjusting plans as necessary.
What makes you the right fit for this manager position?
My experience aligns with your needs and company's goals.
How do you approach conflict resolution within a team?
By encouraging open dialogue and finding a mutually beneficial solution.
Can you give an example of how you've led innovation?
I initiated a project that streamlined our workflow, increasing productivity.
What do you consider the most important in team management?
Communication, respect, and recognizing each member's unique contributions.
What do you expect from your superiors to be successful in this role?
Clear objectives, support for my decisions, and open communication.
How would you describe your experience with remote management?
It's challenging, but effective communication and trust make it work.
What are your salary expectations for this management position? Finally, why should we hire you over other candidates?
My blend of experience, passion, and vision uniquely qualifies me. I'm looking for a competitive salary that reflects my experience.